Dave Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I was watching this thing. It was this guy from New Zealand, and he was doing one of these like videos where he's talking into the camera. That's all there is now, is just people talking into the camera. Great artists at work, just staring into the camera and saying some shit. Everyone. I got 200 million followers. And then you look at their content and it's just them talking into the camera. Some of the shit that passes as like entertainment or comedy or anything is just unbearable. Anyway, it was this Kiwi bloke and he was doing one of these ones. He was like, I don't know how anyone can live on $30 an hour. He's like, I work 6 days a week on a cattle farm, working my absolute ass off for $30 an hour, and once I've paid rent and transport and food and just general costs, at the end of the week I have $200 left. That's it. How can anyone get ahead? And to buy a house here, the median house price is $1 million, so to save 20% of that is $200,000. And if I really cut back my spending, I could maybe save $300 a week, which means I can save $15,000 a year, which means it would take me about 20 years to save the deposit for this house here. Like, my generation are fucked. There's a lot of these ones now. There's a lot of people just going on camera, just going, I fucking earn this much money and I'm collecting food stamps. I can't afford anything. And that's fine. I agree with them. The cost of everything is going up. But the people that piss me off the most, this is why there's never going to be like a cohesive revolution, is because in the comment section of these videos, just other poor people telling this poor cunt to shut up and be poor better. Be better at being poor. That's what the comments are. The comments are all like, look, mate, you've got $300 a week. If you want to save to live in a house, why don't you move into a share accommodation? Share a room for a few years. Buy a motorbike. Someone said that. Buy a motorbike instead of driving a car. Put your life at risk. Save a couple more dollars. They were like, another guy came on. He's like, what you got to do is you've got to rent out a 3-bedroom place. You put bunk beds in the spare rooms. You get 2 people in each room. You charge them like $300-$400. Then you bring your rent down and you can save that money for a deposit for a house. Other poor people are like, just stop eating so much. Just like go down, get some 2-minute noodles, some fucking mee goreng, and just live off that for a little while. Get a second job. That's a classic. Get a second job. If you want to buy if you want to buy a house these days, just get a second job. Reduce your sleeping hours from fucking 6 to 4. Get a second job and you can save. Like, poor people have absolutely no empathy or sympathy for other poor people. Poor people are really proud of how well they can be poor. That's the problem. It's like a pride not to complain about your situation. And they just keep fucking you. And like, just some poor guys like, hey, it feels like it's getting really hard just to be alive. And other poor people are like, hey, shut up, buy a tent and get out there, hustle. Save on rent by buying a tent, live in a park. Salvation Army do free meals twice a night, 8 p.m. and 12 p.m. They hand out free needles as well. If you need a needle, you're sorted. Life's not meant to be easy. And the poor guy's going like, can we just sort of like maybe look into why this is happening? Like, what are the mechanics behind my poverty? Can we look into it just a little bit? And other poor people are like, complaining's going to get you nowhere. Just get a third job and a tent, you ungrateful cunt. And then whenever anyone's like, hey, maybe we should like raise taxes on corporations and billionaires, like multi-billionaires, like maybe 0.25%. Poor people, that offends poor people. No, you can't, nothing will get a fucking poor person moving harder and quicker than the threat of taxing billionaires 0.25%. They would rather their taxes raised than billionaires paying a little tiny bit extra. Because I think the fantasy is they think they're going to become billionaires as well. They think they can break into it by getting a fourth job and going down to 1 hour sleep a night. That's the way to become a billionaire. And on this video, the one where the Kiwi's going like, I can't live off $30 an hour. And $30 an hour in Australia is like the equivalent of like $17 or $18 US or 10 quid. Not 10 quid, 15 quid. And about fucking, I don't know, 17, 18 euro and 20 US. Something like that anyway. At the end of this video, the Kiwi guy is like, I don't know, I've seen a lot of people on the internet start making a lot of money through the internet doing this drop shipping thing. And I think I'm just going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing some drop shipping. I'm going to try and get ahead that way. So he's becoming a drop shipper. The only way to get ahead in the world now is drop shipping. Just selling crap to other people. Eventually, it's going to go to a barter system where we're just trading just crap for other crap. In our tent city, we're just going to order it off each other in our tent cities. And if someone mentions that there's castles surrounding the tent cities, and maybe the people in the castles should contribute just like a tiny, a minuscule fraction, then you'll just get kicked out of the tent city. You'll have to move to a different tent city. I'm not even like advocating higher taxes because it's all an illusion. When the government can print money, it doesn't really matter about taxes. It's all a control system. It doesn't fucking matter at all. But if you're a poor person, which I am, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you're poor and you don't really know how the system works, the natural tendency is to go, well, there's a lot of us here with nothing and there's a few people over there with lots. Maybe the people with lots should give up a little bit of what they have for the people with nots. That's just a natural idea to have. But nobody's more against that than poor people. Poor people are very skilled at the ins and outs and the little tricks of being poor. I'm talking about myself here as well. I was looking at the comments going, I think exactly the same. We did that when we moved down to Melbourne. We got a 2-bedroom place and put some cunt in the spare room. Kept our rent. I used the poor person ploys. Not once did I ever think about the system behind the need to do that. I know a little bit more about that system now. And everyone needs to get economically educated immediately. Because if you don't know the mechanisms that are keeping you poor, then you're just going to be a victim to it forever. Anyway, I'm going to finish up. I'm going to go to my poor bed in my poor apartment and come up with more poor strategies to get by. Anyway, that'll do for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll see you the fuck later.